She left me because they said I wasn't good enough. But 5 hours later, she realized she threw away the one person who truly loved her. I used to believe that love, when it's real, doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be honest. That's what I thought when I met her. Her name was Claire. She wasn't just beautiful. She was the kind of person who made ordinary days feel like memories. When she laughed, everything around me felt lighter. I wasn't rich or popular or even that confident, but with her, I felt enough. We met at a coffee shop, one of those quiet corners where the world slowed down. She said I had kind eyes. I told her she had a voice that could calm storms. That's how it started. Simple, unexpected, and honest. We didn't have fancy dates. Most nights were just takeout, movies, and falling asleep on the couch. She used to say, "You make me feel safe." And every time she said that, I felt like I had already won at life. But somewhere along the way, something changed. Not between us, but around us. Her co-workers, the ones who always wore designer clothes and talked about vacations and expensive dinners, started showing up more in her stories. She'd laugh at their jokes about dating up or being in your league. But I noticed how her smile started to fade when she looked at me afterward. It's strange how people can plant doubts in your heart without even meaning to. How love can start to feel small when others make you question it. Soon, she stopped inviting me to her office events. Then she started dressing differently, talking differently. And I could feel her slipping away, not in a dramatic way, but in quiet, invisible pieces. One night, she looked at me with tears in her eyes and said, "You're a good man, but I think we want different things." And that was it. No fight, no shouting, just silence, and the sound of my heart breaking inside that silence. She told me she needed to find herself. I wanted to ask, find yourself where? You were right here, in the small moments, in our laughter, in the love we built with nothing but honesty. But I didn't say it. I just nodded, trying to look strong while my chest felt like it was caving in. When she left, I sat on the couch where we used to fall asleep watching movies. Her scent was still on the pillow. It's funny how memories can turn into ghosts so quickly. A few days later, I found out why she really left. One of her co-workers told her that she could do better, that she deserved a man who matched her lifestyle, not someone who worked an ordinary job, wore the same sneakers every day, and drove a beat-up car. And the worst part? She listened. She threw away everything real for what sounded better in other people's mouths. But even after she was gone, I couldn't hate her. I still checked her social media just to see if she was okay. She looked happy. New clothes, new people, new places. And me? I was stuck, in the same place, holding on to a love that no longer existed. 5 hours. That's how long it took for her to realize what she had done. That night, around midnight, my phone buzzed. It was her. The same girl who had walked away like I was nothing. Her message was short. I made a mistake. I stared at it for a long time. Part of me wanted to reply right away, to tell her I missed her too, that I'd take her back in a heartbeat. But another part of me, the one that had spent the past 5 hours crying, questioning, breaking, whispered, "Wait." She called me. When I answered, I could hear her crying. She said her coworkers laughed after she left, saying, "Finally, you got rid of that plain guy." And in that moment, she realized they were never her friends. She told me she missed me, the way I looked at her, the way I cared without showing off. the way I made her feel safe. I wanted to believe her, but something inside me had already changed. Once someone makes you feel small, it's hard to ever feel big again in their eyes. The next morning, she came to my apartment. She stood at the door, holding the same coffee she used to bring me every weekend. Her eyes were red. "I'm sorry," she said. "I let people make me doubt what was real." I looked at her, and for the first time, I didn't see the girl I fell in love with. I saw someone lost, someone who cared too much about how the world saw her, and forgot who she was when no one was watching. I told her I forgave her, but forgiveness doesn't always mean going back. Sometimes it just means letting go, for both of you to find peace separately. She cried. She said she still loved me, and I smiled. Because even though I loved her too, I finally loved myself enough to walk away. Time has a strange way of healing you without asking for permission. Months passed. I focused on myself, my work, my health, my peace. And slowly, I became the man I wished I had been when I was with her. Confident, grounded, sure of his worth. One day I saw her again. She was at the same coffee shop where we met. But this time, she looked like the one who had lost something she couldn't get back. She smiled. I smiled back. No words, just a quiet understanding that love, once broken by pride and doubt, never fits the same again.